She sold her 5-year-old daughter to a man that she knew would brutalise her just to pay off a drug debt. Hello, true crime fans, and welcome to Behind the Yellow Tape. This is the case of Shania Davis. It's a heartbreaking and horrific story that shook the nation in 2009. Shania, a 5-year-old girl from Fayetteville, North Carolina, became the centre of a tragedy marked by severe abuse, neglect, and ultimately murder. Shania Nicole Davis was born on the 14th of February 2004 to Bradley Lockhart and Antoinette Davis. Her early life was unstable as her mother struggled with substance abuse and financial difficulties. For much of her early years, Shania lived with her father and his family, who provided a relatively safe environment. Her short life was marred by unimaginable suffering, and the details of her case reveal the depths of human cruelty and systematic failures that failed to protect her. This video will delve into the specific circumstances surrounding Shania's abuse and murder, providing a detailed account of the events that led to her untimely death. However, in the autumn of 2009, Bradley, believing Antoinette had stabilised her life, allowed Shania to move in with her mother at a mobile home in the Sleepy Hollow Mobile Home Park in Fayetteville. This decision would prove catastrophic, as Antoinette had not overcome her issues and was involved with dangerous individuals who would play a role in Shania's abuse and death. Antoinette Davis, Shania's mother, was later revealed to have engaged in prostitution and drug use. Prosecutors would allege that she offered Shania to men for sex in exchange for money or drugs, an act of unimaginable betrayal. Reports indicated that Shania was subjected to sexual abuse prior to her death, with investigators uncovering evidence of exploitation at the hands of individuals connected to her mother. This abuse was not a one-time event, but part of a pattern of exploitation that stripped Shania of her innocence and safety. On the 10th of November 2009, Shania was reported missing by her mother, who claimed she last saw her daughter asleep in their home. However, surveillance footage from a local hotel, the Comfort Inn and Suites in Sanford, North Carolina, painted a chilling picture. The footage showed a man, later identified as Mario Andrat McNeil, carrying Shania through the hotel lobby at around 6:30 a.m. that day. Shania appeared distressed, clinging to McNeil, who was a known acquaintance of her mother. This heartbreaking image of a helpless child in the arms of her eventual killer became a haunting symbol of her final moments. Investigators revealed that Antoinette had allegedly sold Shania to McNeil to settle a drug debt. McNeil, a 29-year-old man with a history of criminal behaviour, took Shania to the hotel where she was subjected to further brutalisation. Prosecutors later stated that McNeil brutalised Shania in that hotel room, an act of brutality that compounded the horrors she had already endured. After the assault, McNeil was believed to have strangled Shania to death, ending her life in a cold, calculated manner. Her small body was then wrapped in a bin bag and dumped in a wooded area off Walker Road near the Lee-Harnett County line, about 30 miles from Fayetteville. For nearly a week, authorities and volunteers searched desperately for Shania, holding on to hope that she might be found alive. On the 16th of November 2009, their worst fears were confirmed when her body was discovered in a shallow grave, partially covered by debris and rubbish. The discovery shattered the community and brought national attention to the case. An autopsy confirmed that Shania had been sexually assaulted and died of asphyxiation due to strangulation. The physical evidence on her body bore witness to the violence she endured in her final hours. Mario McNeil was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, brutalisation of a child, kidnapping, and human trafficking, among other crimes. During his 2013 trial, prosecutors presented a damning case, highlighting the surveillance footage, forensic evidence, and witness testimonies that linked him to the case. McNeil showed no remorse during the proceedings, and the jury found him guilty on all major charges. He was sentenced to death, a punishment that many believed was justified given the brutality of his actions. Antoinette Davis, Shania's mother, was also charged in connection with her daughter's death. She faced accusations of human trafficking, child abuse involving prostitution, and first-degree murder. In a separate trial in 2013, Antoinette pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and related charges as part of a plea deal that spared her the death penalty. She was sentenced to a minimum of 175 years in prison. Her role in offering Shania to McNeil for sexual exploitation was a key focus of the prosecution, with evidence suggesting she knowingly placed her daughter in harm's way for personal gain. The case of Shania Davis exposed glaring failures in child protection systems. Many questioned how a child living in such a dangerous environment went unnoticed by authorities. Neighbours have reported concerns about Antoinette's lifestyle and the conditions in which Shania lived, yet no significant intervention occurred before it was too late. The tragedy sparked discussions about the need for better oversight, improved social services, and stricter measures to protect vulnerable children from abuse and exploitation. Shania's father, Bradley Lockhart, became an advocate for child safety in the wake of his daughter's death. He spoke publicly about the guilt and heartbreak he felt for trusting Antoinette with Shania's care, and he pushed for changes to prevent similar tragedies. The pain of losing Shania in such a horrific manner left an indelible mark on her family and the broader community, serving as a grim reminder of the consequences of neglect and abuse. The abuse and murder of Shania Davis is a devastating chapter in true crime history. From the sexual exploitation orchestrated by her own mother to the brutal actions of Mario McNeil, Shania's story is one of profound loss and suffering. Her body was discarded like trash, a final insult to a child who deserved love and protection. Convictions of McNeil and Antoinette Davis brought some measure of justice, but they could not undo the horrors Shania endured. Her case remains a call to action for society to safeguard its most vulnerable members, ensuring that no child faces the darkness that claims Shania's innocent life. Thank you for listening today, and remember, stay behind the yellow tape.